Welcome to the channel. Today, got my brother over here and he wants to show you his new toy. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, you know I have a little bit of property. My brother lives next door. He's got a little bit of property. Our dad lives next up there, got a little bit of property. So, my brother previously purchased a tractor a couple years ago and then he sold it, got rid of it because he was gonna move. So he decided not to move right away, and now he purchased another tractor. So we're going to take a look at the TYM T25.
Correct.
It's a 25, is it 25 horsepower?
25.
25 horsepower, but I don't know if it was 24 or something because, you know.
Well, it's like 24.9.
Yeah, 24, yeah, because, you know, once you get up into after the 25s, then you got that emissions crap, you know, so. All right, T25 with a loader and a backhoe, all right?
And third function.
And, yeah, and we added the he added the third function to it. For later down the line, he may get a plow for the winter time, just to plow the driveway. But anyway, let's go over the tractor a little bit. So your last tractor was a, oh, geez.
It was an LSMT 125.
125, which is a little bit smaller than this one, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Same size engine. It's a little bit smaller. Lengthwise, it's a little bit longer. This one's a little bit wider and a hair taller.
Yeah.
But also, this one is beefier.
Beefier. This one does have some bigger tires on it, on the front and on the rear. Yep. This one has a separated backhoe. Basically, you have your own seat. The other tractor they used to have, you had to flip around the seat, which is kind of a pain in the butt. And then, you know, but.
And that's where you get your extra length.
Yeah, extra length here.
A little extra length.
We'll go over this here.
Well, I do want to say one thing. I bought it from SR1 Equipment in New Hampshire.
Yep.
A great company to deal with.
All right.
Fantastic company to deal with. Anything TYM or any kind of tractor attachments, they sell them.
Okay, cool. All right, on this tractor here, you have dual brake pedals on here, so it's like a real tractor. On some of the smaller tractors, you only have one brake pedal, and it does both. So this one here, you can pop out, and it'll do both. You can just use your brakes to steer if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like on the real tractors. Okay, which I used to work on a farm and used to have to do that a lot sometimes. All right. He did get the rear tires filled, rim guarded. I just took it for a little spin around the yard. It might be a little bit rear heavy right now because I did pop the front tire off the ground just driving it in my yard. So we don't know, we might have to do something with that.
Yeah, with the backhoe on it.
Yeah. Any of you guys, you know, hey, if you have one of these, leave it in the comments. Did you do something with your front tires for the weight? I don't know. This is the way it just came. So we've never had we didn't have an issue with the other tractor.
The other tractor they had smaller tires.
It had smaller tires and stuff, but you know, and you only had the weights on the rear, right? You didn't have, did you have it loaded?
Nope.
Just had weights on it, right? Yeah. So question, you know, that's just a question, you know. I was just driving across the yard and I popped the wheelie. Not straight up, but the wheel did come off the ground. So leave it in the comments. Anyway, all your controls, these are nicer controls than, you know, so you got your PTO up here, on and off. You got your four-wheel drive right here, off and then on. You have low, neutral, and high gear right there. Yep. And you got your PTO. Yep. Okay? Let's get up here. All right. You got your signals here, and your lights, and you got a little horn. You probably ain't gonna do anything with the keys off. You got your hazards over here, and you got cruise control. I don't know. I never use cruise control. I don't know why you need it, but
I don't understand. Like, you're not going highway on this thing.
Yeah. So, all right. Dual forward and reverse pedal, which I like a lot better than like
the rocker.
The rocker one, like on Kubota, you know. All right, you got your joystick over here, which is pretty cool. I like the third function on this one. You got 2 buttons over here, you know. I don't know if you can see. You see, there, left and right. And usually you have just 1 button in it.
Most of them have a diverter.
A diverter in it, yeah. So it takes your fluid away from one of the controls. You like your rotate or whatever. So this is a nice one. So, and I like the position of the joystick. I don't like it when it's up here. My brother don't like it up there either. So this is something different. Here's the throttle here, and this has automatic throttle. So when you hit the gas,
It'll throttle up.
It'll throttle up, and so you don't need to shove the gas pedal, the throttle forward. It does it on its own. Not used to that. It's a little different. You have your.
So tell them about the if you push this all the way forward.
Yeah. This does have a float. Push it all the way forward. It does have float.
Yep.
In the joist. So, and you can hear.
That's it.
Yep. Up here, okay, you got your 3-point hitch, raise and lower.
Yep.
And my brother got the Yuppie tractor. It's got wireless phone charging. If your phone fits in here, it's got wireless charging.
Most of them won't fit if you got a fat case.
Yep. Okay. Bigger cup holder, rubberized. You got over here. I don't know if you can see. It's on dual USB.
You didn't mention this side.
Yep.
12 volt on this
Yep.
side, so.
And then you got your arms. You got your arms on the tractor over here. Yep. And on this side, I forgot to mention over here, you got a 12 volt, you know, cigarette lighter plug. Yep.
And a regular couple.
And then the regular couple over here, seat belt and arm. Okay. You got your emergency brake here.
Yep.
And what's that one?
That's the release the hood.
Oh, the release the hood. Yep.
You
Okay.
can't release the hood
Yep.
without
Yeah. There's a brush guard on the front. You got to move the
the pin.
pull the pin and move your brush guard forward before you can open up the hood.
Yep. And it locks.
All right.
And
Then you can pop this and open up the hood. And there's your motor. Okay. Oil. You're cooling it up there. Batteries up front. And where is your radiator guard?
right here. Oh, right here.
Filter.
It's right here, but
Screen.
The screen's right here, but you gotta pop this out.
Oh,
If you
okay.
want to do it, you just pop this up out, your breather, and then there's your screen.
There you go. Okay, cool.
Make sure you get there's like a little slides in it. Make sure you get it into the slides, and then just put this back.
Yep. Okay, cool. Oh, and that you actually got a strut on the hood down there, so I don't know if you can see it, but there's a strut on there. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right.
And your air filter's right here. Everything's mostly on the other
Yep.
side.
Everything's pretty easy. All right. You got your diff lock right here. Just push it down. You got if you got a mower deck or is this the 3-point hitch too, or is this the 3-point hitch? No, that's
your mower.
mower deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like your mower deck height thing or whatever. Okay. This here is something I'm not used to, but my brother said that's like the flow for the rear.
It's the forward and reverse flow on your
rear hydraulics.
There's neutral, forward, and reverse.
I guess there's some equipment that takes a reverse flow. So, but I don't know. Don't know anything about it.
Yep.
All right. So.
And then move the seat and a seat tensioner.
Yeah, you got a seat tensioner.
Oh, and this is raise and lower. So if you're a shorter person, you can lower it down. So the seat actually sits lower.
Okay.
Automatically.
All right. So let's just take a walk around the front. He's got the bucket on here. Here's your lines for your third function.
Yep.
All right.
And then here's the pin.
Pull the pin.
Right now, though.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Bucket, regular
60-inch bucket.
60-inch bucket, and he got it with a cutting edge on it. That's extra.
Yep.
But wanted that so when you dig it in the gravel and stuff that you don't mar up your bucket and stuff. And scrape backfilling and all that stuff. So all right, all your hydraulic lines.
And then
Good.
here's the third function. Just add it right on.
Yep.
Separate little add-on.
Yep. Right to it. Pretty cool. All right. Up here, you got your ROPS, and these ROPS are a little bit different than I'm used to. They bend forward a little bit, so whatever. Did you try getting it in the garage?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay. All right. Up here, you got your hazards and your signals lights. All right, and Bluetooth speakers. So yeah, you can have your phone in there, wireless charging and listening to music. And then up here, you got your work lights, and there's switches on the back here with the key on. They'll pop on.
Yep.
All right.
And they're fully adjustable. You can move them around or tip them or spin them.
Yep. Cool. If you're working back, at the back, there you go.
Yep.
All right. Nice bar here to protect them. Hopefully, they'll protect them from this way, but not, if you're in the woods, whatever. All right. You got a toolbox here on your little backhoe attachment. Here's your 3-point hitches. Your 3-point hitch is still on. So if you take the backhoe off, you don't have to put that on. All right. And you got some brake lights here, and your diesel tank is up here. Okay. We got a TB65 backhoe with a 12-inch.
It comes stock with 12 on.
Yep, 12-inch bucket. Okay, normal backhoe, whatever. Yep. Which is nice is having a separate seat. Like I said before, you don't have to pivot the seat and stuff. There's quite a bit of room on there. And the joysticks are nice. I like the joysticks. They seem nice and snug. Not some of them you have a little slop in them, and these ones seem good. And then you raise and lower your legs.
Some of those automatic, like a turn in them, so they're not a flat pad.
Yep.
Like my old ones, I had to buy something because they were completely flat pad.
Yep.
Where this, you got at least they bend.
Yep. Yeah.
So you don't really have to add in.
Yes, these ones got whatever. What you wouldn't want to do on pavement or anything or concrete. So you got to make sure. Then you could order a pad, but they already have the holes in there. So if you wanted to order the rubber pad, you can and put them in there. Or some additional teeth, because sometimes some of them had teeth too. But it's got all the nice grease fittings in there, all indented, and whatever you call it. I can't.
Protected.
Yeah.
There's countersunk.
Yeah, countersunk grease fittings, and decent tractor.
And the other thing was you got the special plugs because of the rim guard in them. If you ever need to put air in there, make sure the top.
Yeah, if you have rim guard, if your tires are filled and you need air, make sure your valve stem is up at the top before you put air in it, or because if not, you're going to be squirting it back out at you. So, okay. But great tractor. We haven't really used it yet, but like I said, he lives next door. He's got some projects over there. We're going to be testing out that backhoe pretty soon. Because he's got some stumps, I got some stumps. All right, we're going to be ripping out some stumps. Last year, it was last year, right?
Yeah.
No, 2 years. Has it been 2 years?
It's been 2 years.
All right. Well, this channel is a little bit newer, so you don't know what this yard looked like. This was like a pit here, all the way over here. And with his other tractor, I cut into a bank on my other side of my property there and brought fill in here. So it's settled down a little bit, but it looks a hell of a lot better than what it used to be. So at some point I may get some more and be using this to, fill in more and stuff. But anyway, we got our woods up here. He uses his tractor in the winter and the fall and stuff to bring out wood too. So we'll be going in, probably dragging some logs out or whatever, whatever. Using his bucket after he cuts it and hauling it over to his house. We'll be using this tractor for lots of projects. If you're interested in seeing some of those projects, make sure you hit that subscribe button for future tractor videos, all right? Tractor work videos. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna mount the camera, Thinking about getting a magnetic mount just to pop it up on the ROPS. Don't want to drive around with it because it probably bounce off and fly. I don't know. But anyway. Oh, yeah. This thing comes with a 6-year warranty, too.
Yes.
6-year warranty. Okay. Decent price. It's a good.
It's 3 years. 3 years power. 3 years powertrain. 6 years everything else, I think.
All right.
Or something like that. I don't remember.
He did his research, and this tractor is the best money for your buck. Best bang for your buck.
my opinion right now, it's probably one of the best 25 horsepower ones.
Yes.
In my opinion. I mean, you can get John Deere and stuff like that, but you're going to be paying way, way more.
Yep.
And all the accessories are proprietary. So, and as I said, one of the key things for me was I hate rocker gas pedals.
Yep. So that eliminates Kubota.
Yep. Kubota, Coyote, a lot of them all have the rockers. I'm not a big fan of rockers. So, if you're looking for this type of, it's best in its class, basically.
You know, there's other channels out there that, I've watched a few channels out there that, Outdoors with the Morgans, I think it's called. Yeah, he used to have TYM, I think. So, but anyway, if you're interested, hit that subscribe button because there'll be some content coming up in the near future. And yeah, anything else you want to say?
That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. So leave it in the comments. What do you think about the tractor? Do you have one? And if you do, have you what?
No, I was going to add something.
Okay, if you do, is your front end a little light with the backhoe on there? And what did you do to keep the front end down a little bit? Put that in the comments. And anything else you want to, add, just put them in the comments. And
okay, while you're done with that, now I'm going to put this in. We'll make a video later down the road with taking the backhoe off. It will be much later in the season. Okay. I don't plan on taking it off until winter, it's fall time, and then we'll take the backhoe off. So we'll do a video of taking the backhoe off.
Okay.
And then, obviously, if I buy a plow, we'll do a video of that too. But
yeah, any things that we do to the tractor or whatever, we'll be doing videos. Any accessories that he purchases too, we'll be doing some kind of accessory videos or whatever, on that. And just to let you guys know if anything comes along. But all right, so any further videos, check up here. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace. Take it easy.